Good morning, dear students. In the previous video class, we completed the chapter The Tsunami. In this story, what are the value points did you understand? Yes, this story teaches us that bravery and courage in difficult times. Right? This story also teaches us that we should care and help others during difficult times. And also, if there are any natural disaster or calamities occur, we should not be panic. Instead, we should face the problems actively, positively, and in the proper way. And in the third part of the story, you have studied that animals, they have sixth sense or they have acute sense. They can feel, they can sense the natural calamities before the humans realize. And there is a point that we should also be kind to animals. Right? These are the points that you have studied in the story. Okay. Next, let us discuss the textbook exercises. Please see the page number 30. Working with the text. Discuss the following questions in class. Then write your own answers. You can discuss these questions at your home. You can write your own answers, ideas. See the question. When he felt the earthquake, do you think Ignatius immediately worried about a tsunami? Give reasons for your answer. Yes, Ignatius was worried, right? That you can see in the page number 25, first two paragraphs, that he was worried, so that he kept TV on the ground floor and his family rushed out of the house. Next. Which words in the list below describe Sanjeev in your opinion? Look up the dictionary for words that you are not sure of. There is a box, you can see the words and you have to answer. Which words in the list below describe Sanjeev in your opinion? What is the answer? You can write Sanjeev was brave, heroic, selfless person. Right? Next, use words from the list to complete the three sentences below. I don't know if Sanjeev was cheerful. Fill in the blanks. What answers you can get? Yes. I don't know if Sanjeev was cheerful, ambitious or humorous. Next, I think that he was very brave. What words can you fill? Yes, heroic and selfless. Brave, heroic and selfless. Sanjeev was not heartless, brash or what? Ambitious or heartless? Whatever. You can write. Brash means overly bold or insensitive. Next, the question number 3. How are Meghana and Alma's stories similar? The answer is Meghana's and Alma's families were washed away. Both of them kept floating in the sea for days. Meghana floated in the sea for 2 days, holding onto a wooden door. She was brought to the shore by a wave. Similarly, Almas climbed onto a log of wood and fainted. She woke up in a hospital. Both the girls were traumatized after the incident. While Meghana was seen walking on the seashore in days, Almas does not talk about the incident to anyone. Right. Next, the question number 4. What are the different ways in which Tilly's parents could have reacted to her behavior? What would you have done if you were in their place? You can write this answer. Not taking her seriously, Tilly's parents could have tried to calm her down, thinking that she had been frightened by something. As a result, they could have been washed away by the tsunami waves. If I were in their place, I too would have listened to her and realized that there was a danger approaching. Consequently, I too would have rushed away from the beach. Next, question number 5. If Tilly's award was to be shared, who do you think she should share it with? Her parents or her geography teacher? You can write the answer. If Tilly's award was to be shared, she should share it with her geography teacher, who made her aware of tsunami. It was this awareness that helped her to save so many lives. Right. Next, the question number 6. What are the two different ideas about why so few animals were killed in the tsunami? Which idea do you find more believable? You can write the answer. Many people believe that animals possess a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. On the other hand, some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them hear or feel the earth's vibrations. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans can realize it. This second idea is more believable. Right. Next, working with language. Question number 1. Go through part 1 carefully and make a list of as many words as you can find that indicate movement of different kinds. There is one word that occurs repeatedly. Count how many times. Put them into 3 categories. Fast movement, slow movement, neither slow nor fast. Here you have to make a box and you should make 3 columns. In one column you should write fast movement and the fast action words, and next column slow movement, and you have to write the slow action word, and next neither slow nor fast. Here in the first column, in the fast movement, you can write these words. For example, earthquake, that is fast action, right? And also rushed, the words rushed, tremors, swept, ran, then climb, fell. All these words you can include in the first column, and they are fast actions, right? In the next, slow movement, floating, received. These words you can write. In the last column, neither slow nor fast. Walking. Walking is neither slow nor fast. That is the word. Can you explain why there are many words in one column and not in the others? Yes, you should be able to explain this. Because this story is about tsunami, right? And tsunami is happening very fast. Tsunami, earthquake, and the words such as running, sweeping, climbing, all these are fast actions, right? So that when we compare the first column to the other two columns, the first column has many fast movement action words, right? Okay, next. Fill in the blanks in the sentences below. The verbs given in brackets will give you a clue. The earth trembled, but not many people felt. The dash in the bracket trembled. What answer you get? How can you fill it? Yes, you can write the answer trembling, right? The earth trembled, but not many people felt the trembling. Okay, next. When the zoo was flooded, there was a lot of dash and many animals escaped into the countryside. In the bracket, confuse. What is the answer? Yes, confusion. Right, you can write confusion. When the zoo was flooded, there was a lot of confusion and many animals escaped into the countryside. Right. Next, we heard with dash that the lion had been recaptured. In the bracket, relieved. What is the word? Yes, relief. Right. You can write here relief. We heard with relief that the lion had been recaptured. Okay. Next, the zookeeper was stuck in a tree and his dash was filmed by the TV crew. In the bracket, rescue. What is the answer? Yes, that same, rescue. Right. The zookeeper was stuck in a tree and his rescue was filmed by the TV crew. Next, there was much in the village when the snake charmer came visiting. In the bracket, excite. What is the answer? Yes, excitement. Right. There was much excitement in the village when the snake charmer came visiting. Next, study the sentences in the column A and B. That is active and passive voice. Dear students, you have learned what is active and passive voice in the previous class. You know that in the passive sentence, the verb will be in the passive forms and the subject is the receiver of the action verb, right? In the active sentence, the subject is the doer of the action, right? That means you have learned in the active and passive voice that subject becomes object, object becomes subject, then active verbs, passive form of verbs, right? So I give you this homework. Read the box, read those examples and answer these questions. Page number 32. Say whether the following sentences are in the active or the passive voice. Write A or P after each sentence as shown in the first sentence. If it is an active sentence, you have to write A. If it is passive sentence, you have to write P. Right? In the next grammar class, we will learn active and passive voice in detail. Okay? Okay, dear students, thank you for watching the video.